Hey guys, welcome to Simple Saturdays. So great to see you. Keleas here with Keleas.com. I'm excited to show you a really simple project, and that's what our Simple Saturdays are all about. Easy projects that anybody can do no matter what skill level. So this week we're starting with a really fun grapevine swag that's already made. It's got some fun little pumpkins, a couple of little bird nests that are full with pumpkins. Isn't that adorable? This week's project is available in a kit. You can grab it at Keleas.com. The link should be here in the comments, or it'll be up in the description of the post. In this kit, you're going to get this great swag. Then we've got a really killer, I'm loving this piece because look at the inside. The leaves have the little orange inside. This is going to add a little more nature aspect to our swag. So we're going to be putting this long pick in. We're going to need some more twigs, and then your ribbon. All you're going to need at home is you're going to need some scissors and some wire cutters and a little bit of glue. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do first. We're going to build our base for this guy first before we do our bow. So I'm just going to turn him on his side so we'll have plenty of room to work with him. You're going to need to shake hands, as we say in design school. Our design school class opens up twice a year, and one of the things you always have to do is what we call shake hands, and that is fluffing out all your pieces. There's a lot of fun little wire twigs in here too that we're going to take up advantage of once we get our piece built. But I want to, you've got to fluff it because after shipping it comes really compacted, and you want to make it really nice and open and spread out. Now we're going to grab our long, it's got a Chinese lantern on it and those cool leaves I talked about. You're going to need that in some of your cable ties. I am going to start off by spreading him out, and we're going to pull this section off to the side, and it's going to leave two sections here, and I'm going to trim these down right to the edge of the wire, right where the connection point is. I'm just going to cut those with a wire cutter. So you're going to get a nice long piece. We're going to use this elsewhere in our project. This is going to be at the top, and we're going to glue this in just right above this nest right here, okay? So I'm going to dip this in my glue pot. If you had a glue gun, you'd use your glue gun, and then we're going to place it right behind the nest. There's a wire there, and we're going to put it under there for extra support. Let me go into the glue first. I'm dipping it in my glue pan, and you can see I've just got a whole chunk of glue on there. I'm going to put it behind the wire and just push it all in, and because the nest's on top of it there, it's going to help hide that glue. All right, and I'm going to shake hands with this piece too to spread it out. Get the really pretty green up here. Get a glue string, or this is the fabric string, pull that off. And we're going to pull those Chinese lanterns to the front. Now the next thing we need to do is grab our twig piece, because we want to add a little bit of these fun twigs that we have at the bottom to the top. And we're going to do that same technique. I'm going to pull one of these pieces off. I'm just going to cut it right here. All right, and I'll have two of my twigs for up top. And I'm just going to kind of fluff them, get some nice movement on them. And I'm going to put them in front of the Chinese lantern, so I'll just trim it right here. You're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go in the glue pot, get some glue on that. It's loaded with glue, and I'm going to go in here on the other side. I'm just pushing into the grapevine. So now I've got some nice twigs, and I'll just weave these in a little to get some movement on them. Ah, that looks good. I love it. I love that. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of this green look down to the bottom. So you're going to grab that last lantern portion that we had on our spray, and I just trimmed it off, so I've gotten rid of the long stem. And the easy part is this is going to go right underneath the little nest. So let's do that same thing. We're going to shake our hands with it, fluff it out. Got to be pretty. Y'all, if you're interested in joining our design school where you learn more in-depth trainings and techniques about how to design, you can get on our wait list right at Keleas.com. Just click on the design school tab, and we will send you emails and let you know when it is opening again, and we're accepting new students. Okay, I'm going underneath here. Now, that's awesome. We got a little of that green, a little of that lantern. We brought that look down. Okay, now I'm going to sacrifice one of these twigs over here. See this cool one with the cool acorn on it? I'm going to cut one of those off because I want a little of that coming up. So I'm going to go into the glue with that, and we're going to put a little piece of that coming up here by the nest. I'm still just going to that same area. Awesome. A little bit of the brown color came in. We still got plenty down here. Okay, next thing, we're ready to tie a bow. So let's get our, we've got one piece of twig left, which we'll put in at the very end. We're gonna get our bow in next. So let's put this to the side, grab your ribbon. Your ribbon's gonna come with your kit. We probably should clean up just a little, guys. Got a little debris here. Okay, let's grab our ribbon. We're using expandable jute, which is so fun to work with. I'll show you why in just a second. You're gonna need a couple of cable ties. All right. So you're gonna need to measure your first tail and the full length of the swag. So I'm gonna take and just measure it all the way out. My bow is gonna go above the big nest. If you want it somewhere else, you can do that, but I'm gonna put it right there. So I'm gonna measure out a long tail, the whole length, and then I'm gonna twist that in my hand. Actually, you wanna keep the tail straight, so you've gotta twist it this way. All right? Let me pull this away from the vine so I don't have it everywhere. Now I'm gonna make my first loop. I'm making this one about 6 inches, nice and loopy, and I'm gonna twist it in my hands. The next one will be about 6 inches. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna twist it, and I'm just making a 3-loop bow. So my third one will be about the same length. And I'm gonna hold it there, and I need both tails the same length on this one. Let me grab my scissors. And we'll just trim that off right there. And you'll have a little extra ribbon for any other project you wanna do. So I'm now gonna grab this all with the cable tie, and you have to make sure that cable tie is grabbing both tails and all the loops. I'm just gonna get that nice and tight. Okay, before you get it all the way tightened, you need an attachment piece. So I'll put that through the back. If you've never watched us on Wednesdays, we do in-depth bow training. So if you are into tying bows, come and join us, or you want to learn more. Wednesdays at 7 Central here on the page. Okay, there's our fun 3-loop bow. Trim off this part with the wire cutter. Get that off there. Now, we've got to cover that up. I don't want to see that in the center, so we're just going to grab a little piece of ribbon, probably 6 to 8 inches long, and I'm going to fold it on itself to make it nice and solid, and we'll just put that right through the center. Okay? And I'm going to tie this into a knot in the back, nice and tight, and then you just trim off these 2 ends. Okay, now be careful with the expandable jute till you're ready to expand it. Get it where you want it, if you want to expand it. All right, so I have my 2 loops kind of floating up here. 1 going up, 2 going to the side. However you want to do that, nice and whimsical. Now I'm going to take my cable ties and attach this to the twig that was right behind the nest. Get it nice and tight in there. And because we have this whole roll of ribbon, we are going to be able to play some more with ribbon on this project. But just get these flowing, moving. It's not meant to be formal. It's supposed to be like a loose design. So I'm going to take this ribbon and tuck it in, just behind a couple of branches, let it flow out. That looks good. How fun. Same thing with this piece, just go behind. You can always cable tie it in if you want more permanent position on it. I'm just tucking it in. And because this is expandable jute, if you want to, you can take and spread out these loops to make it wider, which is really fun. And you can let it taper right there at the center. Or you can just leave it like that if you want. I'm going to leave the tails without expanding them. But isn't that fun? It adds a lot of interest, a lot of texture, and nice and loose in there. Now, I want to add a little bit more ribbon kind of coming out behind this nest, coming down. So I'm just going to cut me a section. Probably, so it's about the whole length of the swag. And I'm just going to take and gather it like this. And we'll attach it with a cable tie underneath the nest there. So you could also glue it under, whatever's easier. And I'm going just right under the edge of the nest down here, and I'm going to cable tie it in. And then I'm going to get one nice little piece of ribbon kind of popping out the bottom. So I'll just trim this off. How cute! This one is so cute. Anybody can do it. And then what I'm going to do is get a nice curl going on this. I just curl it up really tightly. You probably didn't need it quite that long. I think I cut it a little too long. Let me trim it a little bit. Something like that I think would be pretty. There we go, and just trucking out of there. Now, if you want to expand these out, you just pull them out and it can be wider to match the top part. You can do whatever you want. Last step is we're going to add that little touch of the twigs to match the twigs up top. We're going to put those right under the bottom nest. So I'm going to pop these in right here. Just lift this nest up, get it into the grapevine nice and strong into there. There's a lot of base back here to support you. Oh, fun. And then we want to get that movement of those kind of coming up. You guys, we did it! It was quick, it was easy. We made your own swag for your front door. You'll still have some ribbon left if you want to pop that around a fall lantern that you put at your front door. Wouldn't that be precious? All right, guys, I hope you enjoy these Simple Saturday projects. They're easy, they're fast, and they'll make your home really special for all your guests that we hope we can have this fall, right? If not, it will make it special for you and those who are living in your house. Grab the kit over at Keleas.com, and we'll see you next time. Go have fun with flowers.